Hey, it's Matt O'Neill from Matt O'Neill Real Estate, and today I'm here to talk to you about building wealth through real estate. Every person in our company, I have the dream and the ambition for them that they grow abundant wealth that's going to extend generations. So one of the things we do at our company is when an agent is buying a personal home or selling a personal home or buying an investment home, which we really encourage, we let them keep 100% of the commission on any of those personal transactions because we want to encourage the building of wealth. Well, a mentor of mine, David Osborne, who grew from no wealth to 100 million in net worth, he said something that really stuck with me. He said, in order to grow wealth, you need to plant seeds that then become orchards. So what did he mean by that? Well, planting seeds would be buying investments. And each investment is a seed. And if you plant lots of seeds, eventually you could have giant orchards. So I want to talk today about the specifics on how to buy real estate investment property, because that's frankly in our business, we understand it, we're experts at it. That's where, when I have expertise in real estate, I'm going to grow my wealth in real estate. And I think that you should do the same thing. But take any course you want. I just don't know the stock market, so that's not where I'm going to play on growing my wealth. I learned from Pat Hyben, another one of my mentors, the 1% rule. So we're going to start there. When you try to figure out what property should I buy to grow wealth, the 1% rule is your rule of thumb if it's going to make sense or not. And all this means is that 1% of the purchase price needs to be the rental price. So a $200,000 purchase needs to rent for $2,000 a month. That's the 1% rule. The closer you get to the 1% rule, or if you even go over the 1% rule, you buy a place for $200, it rents for $2,500. That'd be really good. Or you buy a place for $150,000, it rents for $1,500. You buy a place for $100,000, it rents for $1,000 or $1,200. If you buy any real estate investment within the 1% rule, you're starting out on the right path. But a lot of people get burned with investments on real estate, especially in the downturn that we saw. A lot of people bought properties and then got foreclosed on. A lot of people in the real estate industry did. So another one of my mentors, Greg Crabtree, recommended this: 30% down. If you play with the 1% rule and you put 30% cash into every deal, this is how you stay safe through a downturn. So what does that look like? A $150,000 property that's renting for $1,500, you put 30% down, that's $45,000 in cash. Now, how do you get $45,000 in cash to buy the $150,000 property at the 1% rule? This is where people usually make a mistake when investing in real estate. They'll say, I don't have that, but I was told I could get this place for 10% down. Well, 10% down is only $15K. I can come up with $15K. The problem is the numbers get too skinny. If anything happens, if new roof, if the tenant trashes it, if a disaster happens that you didn't anticipate, if the real estate market turns south, if the rental market fluctuates down, and you've got no room in this property, then you could be foreclosed on. And then all your wealth that you spent all this time, all these seeds you went into plant, get chopped down and the orchard's gone. So we want to stick to these numbers, a minimum of 30% down. If you want to put 40% down, even better, because ultimately we want to have generational wealth we pass on to families. I want to show you what this looks like. So in the end, we have to come up with 45 grand. To do that, you have to live below your means. So let's say you can earn $150,000 a year selling real estate. Great, totally possible, totally doable. So you're making $150K and you need $45K to buy your investment property. That means you need to live on a salary of $100K. And then every year you could pull $45K out and you could plant a seed. You do this every year, one property a year for the next 15 years. Let's just see what that looks like. Every year we're putting 45 down, we're buying a house 30% down that makes sense on the 1% rule. for 15 years, if you can do 15-year notes, that's the next piece, 15-year notes, and all these properties cash flow, meaning the money that comes in from rental is higher than all your expenses, including expected vacancy, expected maintenance, expected capital expenditures. You still have more cash coming in every month than you have cash going out to all those things like your mortgage, your property taxes, your insurance. Then you're in good shape. If you ever buy a property that does not cash flow, meaning you don't get excess cash coming in from the rental, then you would expect to spend out, you don't buy it. That's rule number one, it has to cash flow. But if you get 15-year notes, in 15 years, you've got 15 properties. In 15 years, they might all be renting for $2,000 a month. So in 15 years, you got $2,000 a month times 15. That's $30,000 a month in rental income. One of them just got paid off because you did 15-year notes. So now you've got at least $2,000 a month coming in without a mortgage going out. In 15 more years, so now we're at a total of 30 years, you have $30K a month of income, no mortgage expenses. You will have some maintenance and some capital expenditures, but those are going to be relatively small, usually about 30%. So in 30 years, we got 30K. 30% of 30K is 10K in expenses, and we got 20K a month of income that you do not have to work for. This is $240K a year, and you don't lift a finger to do it. And I expect you have a property manager. I expect you're paying somebody 10% a month to manage the property. That's part of my 30% here. So that you're not fixing toilets and taking calls in the middle of the night, that it's not a job and you don't hate it, that you're actually just netting $240,000 a year. But now, here's the generational wealth. You've got 15 properties. In 30 years, the property value probably has doubled, maybe more. So in 30 years, 15 properties that are all worth, you paid $150, they're all worth $300. So 300 times 15 is 4.5 million in assets that you owe nothing on. Do you think you could retire on 4.5 million? Do you think that you could pass on 4.5 million to your children, to your grandchildren? Do you think you can make an education trust where in perpetuity all your family gets educated? Absolutely. So plant seeds, grow orchards. To do it, you're going to want to remember the 1% rule. You're going to want to put at least 30% down so that all your hard work doesn't get vanished in one event. You're going to want to do 15-year notes and make sure they cash flow. Rule number one, they have to cash flow. And buy one a year. To do that, you have to live below your means. A lot of items, but it's really simple if you think about it. Just buy a property a year. Hey, thanks for listening. If you got questions, reach out to us. See ya.